Right, hi, my name is Santosh, I'm 18 years old. God willing, this is the first of many times that you see me, but yeah, let's just get on with it. I mean, I've been putting this off for a minute. Yeah, so I'm 18, literally just finished school, did my A-levels, and I have been making this video off for quite a while, but it's definitely something I was like very excited for. But yeah, finished school, I did maths, economics, and chemistry at A-levels. I decided a long time ago that I wanted to take a gap year, not because of, you know, I wanted to get a job or, yikes, is it really that, like, unemployment-esque, you know, you move. Yeah, I decided a long time ago I wanted to take a gap year because there's a few things that I wanted to do in my gap year, but we'll get into that. So a little bit about me is I like going to the gym. I loved playing football until I got injured. You guys know me for being very injury prone, but it's alright. If you do know me, you probably knew that I wanted to do this for a while. I've been saying that I wanted to do it. And so we're finally doing it, God willing. Yeah, this is the first of many videos. We'll see where this takes me, but I do have a kind of rough plan. So right now it's literally almost 10 o'clock. My parents have been calling me to eat dinner for a while.
9:45. No, you can't. Either you eat now or don't eat at all. It's after the phone. Unless you can't eat at 12 o'clock.
I'm not eting at 12 o'clock. Who's eating at 12 o'clock?
9:45.
Let's just get on to the first kind of question I'd like to answer. So the first question is, why am I taking a gap year? So I feel like when I hear the words gap year, I hear them differently to the way other people might hear them, in the sense that a lot of people have this kind of there is kind of this stigma around the words gap year. I mean, people think of it as just unemployment, you know, boredom, time wasting. But, you know, I say the same thing to everyone whenever someone asks me why I'm taking a gap year. And that is, taking a gap year is important and it's not useless if you make the gap year not useless. I mean, a gap year is only as good as you make it. So I think it's important that you try and make the most of your time regardless, but in a gap year, you're not going to get that time again. And that's one of the most important factors of a gap year. I mean, a lot of people, they go straight to university, they go straight to their jobs, and it's just like, you know, you've just done 13 years of education and you're moving straight on. Like, you're just going straight on to working, straight on to doing this, that, and third, and you don't have some time to step back and have a look at everything, have a look at your options, have a look at what you want to do. So I think it's important for me, as someone who hasn't fully decided what they want to do, to kind of take that time out, you know, figure myself out a little bit, see what I want to do, see where I want to go. Yeah, so I do have a rough idea as to where I want to go. Actually, ideally I'd get a degree apprenticeship. You know, my brother has one, a lot of people I know have one, and I've heard they're quite good. I know they're quite stressful as well, but I'm praying that the stuff that I do in my gap year helps me get one. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can. Also, there are a few things that I'd like to do in my gap year that I wouldn't be able to do if I wasn't taking one. So for example, I'm going to India this Sunday, coming back on the 26th of August, staying here for a couple months, and then going back, God willing, from January to April. And so yeah, I mean, if I was first year uni, there's no way I'm doing that. So yeah. Next question is, what do I want to do in my gap year? And I'm going to try and run through it and make it as short as I can, but I'm going to try and squeeze in as much information as I can as well. So the first thing on my list is to start vlogging, and I've been putting that off for ages. Like, you don't understand. I've literally told hundreds of people I'm going to start vlogging, I'm going to start vlogging, I'm going to start vlogging at the start of the summer, before I even finished my A-levels. Actually, a long time before I finished my A-levels, what am I talking about? And it's like September, and this is my first time getting behind my camera. But we move, you know, we're here now, and that's, I think, important, because I wasn't going to do it, but in my head I knew I had to do it. Next thing, I would like to embark on a body transformation. So if you don't know, I mean, a lot of people do know I'm very injury prone. So I've had multiple injuries in my life, most of them from football, a lot of them from just doing stuff, I don't know, just happen to be very injury prone. So most notably, I just recovered from dislocating my right shoulder, which was very bad. I was told about in January time. I mean, it happened on my 18th birthday actually, so November 3rd last year. I got fouled, landed on my shoulder, popped straight out. I was told that I'd not be able to move my arm properly again, use my arm properly again for anything, which was kind of a bit concerning, I guess. I mean, you hear that as an 18-year-old, it's like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And yeah, I guess I wasn't done there. Through faith, through God, through hard work, rehab, thanks to my physio, and I was able to kind of rehabilitate my arm, and now I'm confident in lifting heavier weights than I was before, much heavier weights. Using my arm a lot, comfortably, not really much pain, and now that I'm fully back into the gym, I'd like to fully start this kind of transformation. So I started my bulk. I actually went on a cruise holiday last week and aimed to start my bulk then, because it was an all you can eat kind of thing. I got a bit sick, I'm not gonna lie, because I ate too much. So I thought, you know what, we'll call it quits. We'll start the bulk again when we come back to the UK. So I started the bulk a couple of days ago, I guess, but I'm officially gonna start it tomorrow because I bought an Easter egg and I just didn't eat it. And then I thought, you know what, might as well kind of celebrate the start of my bulk with that Easter egg, so I'm going to eat that. And so bulking until December, and then ideally cutting from December to, or the end of December, January I guess, to April. I mean, we'll see. If you don't know, I'm quite inspired by my older brother who's done a lot of this stuff. You know, he knows his stuff. But stigma, all of you lot that think that I train with him all the time, I don't. I train by myself. But yeah, next on the list is to grow on social media. I mean, I've started vlogging. Wow. I'd like to grow on social media, not because I want to do anything for myself. I'd like to actually help other people. You know, I feel like a lot of people haven't really made or haven't really gone into a path that they'd like to be in. And I guess when you've kind of started on that path, it's kind of difficult to change the direction you're going in. So I feel like if I can help people take a step back before they take that step onto that path, it'd be very, very helpful for them. Yeah, so growing on social media, mainly I want to set up a website by the end of my gap year. That is, I just bought, actually, you know, play the clip, we might as well. But yeah, I'd like to set that website up in a way that it will connect people fresh out of sixth form. I mean, during sixth form, during year 13, whatever, sixth form, with people in industries that they are interested in. For example, you know, if I was just going into year 13 and I had a vast idea of what I wanted to do, you know, maybe I want to do something here, something there, maybe in finance, law, something like that. Ideally, my website would have people already in those industries ready to connect with people wanting to go into those industries, so I can kind of connect students with, or people practicing those industries, and that would really help them kind of gain insights to those industries, but also understand if it's for them or not. And I think that's really important. That's something I'm quite passionate about doing, actually, because, you know, I mean, I'd hate for people to go into something that they don't want to do, especially when you're, like, you know, older. It's a bit difficult to change your path. But yeah, next on my list is reselling. So yeah, I love reselling. I love clothes, I love shoes. I did a bit this summer, not much to be honest, because I was very busy, but I did what I could. I bought a bunch of jorts, sold a bunch of jorts, sold a jumper, didn't do much to be honest, not much. I have bought a lot more clothes for autumn, winter I guess, but I'm hoping that my gap year I can kind of scale that up a little bit, see where that takes me. Maybe I might start selling a bit more stuff that I'm interested in, like silver jewellery, stuff like that. But yeah, the next thing on my list is interviewing. So I'd like to interview people in different industries, ask them questions about their job, kind of to give an insight as to, you know, what they go through on a day-to-day basis, what they do, why they do it, if they enjoy it. I mean, God willing, they do enjoy their jobs, but I'd like that because it would help for people to kind of see, gain an insight, I guess, into different industries, and you know, I feel like that'd be quite helpful for students. But also I think it'd be quite helpful for me because interviewing. Despite being on that other end of the interview, I think just speaking experience would be good for me, especially when I'm in those interviews for my apprenticeships. God willing, I get one. We'll see. The next thing on my list is to pass my driving test. Well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get a test. I mean, I think I will. I did my theory test like 2-3 weeks ago now. Somehow passed. I'm not sure how. But, I've been driving for a while. Pretty much almost there. It's just getting a test. And I'm going on in a couple days' time. So I'm not sure if I'd be able to do my test before I go to India. I mean, I won't. But I'm going to try and book a test so that I can do one when I come back. We'll see. The next thing on my list is to try and get an internship. I mean, this one's a bit... not sure. I mean, I think I'd rather go for work experience than an internship. But, I mean, it's a bit interchangeable. I'd definitely like to get experience in a lot of industries, see what I can do. But we'll see. The next thing on my list is to try and look into and learn a bit about cybersecurity, because it is something I'm quite interested in. It's something that I've heard is quite a good industry. So, it might be beneficial for me to learn a little bit about it. But, again, very broad. Learning about something is like, you can learn it in detail, you can learn it not in detail. So we'll see how much detail I can actually learn about it. But maybe I might do a course or two, a couple online courses. We'll see. I mean, very early days, I'm not sure. We'll see. The next thing on my list, and this one is a bit of like I'd like to learn a bit more about trading. Now, that word gets thrown around a lot. You see on Instagram, all of these traders, I'm making $5,000 a day, I'm doing this, that, and third. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it's all about. And I've spoken to one of my good friends about it. He's agreed to help me out with it. I think right now I already understand it's not really what you see as it is. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot different than that. But I'm hoping to kind of learn about it, see how good I am at it, and maybe become a funded trader by the end of my gap year. We'll see. I mean, again, very early days. But yeah, that word gets thrown around way too much. Like, there's a lot of different types of trading as well, I know that. But I'm just as oblivious as you are about it. So, yeah, next thing. Right, the next thing on my list is to learn the coding language Python, because I've heard it's useful. It might help me get a job. But also, isn't it like cool just to be able to like type on a computer like that? I'm joking. I mean, yeah, it's something that not just me, but my parents, my brother, they've all said that it's quite useful for me. And I'm going to India next week, so it's gonna be the time to learn. I will try my best to understand it, but I feel like if I'm only studying that and maybe a couple other things, I'll probably pick it up. How hard could it be? Famous last words. Right. The next thing on my list is to try and learn to ride a motorbike. Now, I love cars. My brother loves motorbikes. I mean, I love motorbikes as well, but he builds them, he does this, that. He actually built a motorbike back in India, which I'm going to go and see next week. Yeah, so I should actually know how to ride a bike. It's quite embarrassing I don't, considering the amount of times I've been to India, the amount of times I've been on one. However, I do have a very valid excuse. Last time I went to India, so it ended 2023, I was like this close to learning. Like, it was, my brother said he was going to take me. He said that, we can go. And then I caught dengue fever. So for those of you who don't know what dengue fever is, it's like malaria. So it's not ideal. It was a horrible, horrible experience. I wouldn't recommend, wouldn't wish it upon anyone. But yeah, so that meant I couldn't get around to learning how to ride a bike. But we're going to learn this time. So yeah. So the next thing on my list, wow, yeah, I feel like a broken record saying this at this point, but the next thing on my list is to learn how to stitch clothes and then move on to making my own clothes. So I'm very passionate about clothing, yeah, but I wanted to kind of customize my own clothes, patchwork, stuff like that. So my grandmother knows a lot of people who kind of make clothes, I guess, tailors, stuff like that. And so I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for me to learn while I'm there in India. And then, yeah, hopefully I can make some cool clothes. And maybe, just maybe I might start selling them. We'll see where that takes us. But yeah, next thing on my list is a little bit, I wouldn't say cringy, but it's like, kind of, why am I saying it? But that is to try and better myself. So I'd like to get rid of a few bad habits, such as like doom scrolling, stuff like that, being unproductive, and I'd like to replace those with stuff like reading. In general, just trying to better myself, really. I mean, it's good to start building good habits. It's not going to hurt anyone, me trying to be, productive. So yeah. Right, penultimate thing on my list. Wow, thank goodness we've made it to the end. I mean, there's probably like so many more things I just missed out. My right eye is borderline blind. Like, if I close my left eye, I can't read the writing that's on the camera. Like, that's how bad my right eye is. It's horrible. So I was thinking, in Hyderabad, the place that I'm going, there is a good eye hospital. I know that. But it's a very maybe thing. For those of you who can't tell, I wear glasses. I've worn glasses for probably like 15 years, 14, 15 years. Yeah, coming up on 15 years actually. I mean, it's unlikely. We're gonna have a look first. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I can try and get one. We'll see. But I'd like to have two good eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like, when worst comes to worst, if they screw up my right eye, I've got my left eye. My left eye is my good eye, so it's fine. My camera's on the verge of dying. I'm cooked. I'm finished. We're almost done though. I'm just praying that it lasts until, I'm finished. So the last thing on my list, wow, I'm a little bit tired. Been talking for a long time, a little bit hungry. I'd like to grow and strengthen and build my relationship with God. I'm so grateful to have grown up in this household where, my parents pushed me to go to church at a young age. I grew up in the church. But I actually made the decision for myself a few years ago now. And I feel like since then, it's been excuse. I mean, I speak to God every day. I read my Bible as much as I can. I try and read my Bible every day. But I have a long way to go. And to be honest, a lot of people do. But yeah, I'd like to grow my relationship with God. I'd like to start not making excuses for it. I'd like to start being more committed. I'm so grateful to have preached before, to have hosted services, to have helped with sound desk, to have gone on mission trips abroad. But yeah, now I feel old saying this. I'm a youth leader, well, not officially, but I will start helping in youth at my church. But yeah, I'm gonna try and build my relationship with God, because I've seen one of my best friends, Caleb, in this last year. It's been amazing to see his relationship with God just strengthen. And now it's like he's a preacher to me. Whenever I see him, it's insane, and I want to be like that. Like, that's insane. That's crazy. But yeah, that's the list finally done. That's what I want to do in my gap year. I'd be happy if I do any of those things. Like, I've set myself a lot of stuff that I want to do. I'd be happy if I do any of them. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I'd like to add like a kind of physique thing, what I look like right now. Because I said I'd like to do a body transformation. So I guess roll the clip. This is what I look like right now. Yeah, it's pretty good. Looks pretty decent. You can't tell that he works out. No, I'm joking. But yeah, we'll see what I look like at the end. This is also the clip of me eating my Easter egg, speedrunning, right there. I think we'll try and put it on this side. We'll see. But yeah, next question is, why on earth am I recording this? I mean, I don't know if you can tell. I have zero experience filming myself, zero experience recording videos, zero experience editing. The editing on this video is probably going to be shocking. But you have to start somewhere. I mean, who am I to not start because I'm not good at it? Something like, come on, I'm starting here and I'm starting. I think it's quite important that I start somewhere. A lot of people have told me to have started yesterday. A lot of people have told me to have started before. And I feel like the one mistake that I can make doing this is to not start. And so I'm not letting myself make that mistake. I'm starting now. Yeah, I don't even know if this video is going to make it onto the internet. I can't lie. My editing, I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to see how it goes. But yeah. One of the main reasons though that I am recording this is to hold myself accountable. If I kind of tell myself or tell an audience of people that I'm going to do something, I'm going to feel forced to do it. And especially if it's something productive, I think it's pressure, but that's okay. I think I think it's definitely doable. I'm going to try and complete as many side quests as I can, as many things as I can I'd like to do. But also, on the note of holding myself accountable, I told so many people I was going to start YouTube. I told so many people I was going to start recording. And here I am recording myself. I think that's just a testament towards, you know, holding yourself accountable. It's powerful. Yeah. I would also say that I want to record videos to inspire. I mean, I wouldn't say this at all, actually. To inspire people to take a gap year, I would not. Because it's not for everyone, you know. It's a choice, and yeah, sure, it can benefit a lot of people. It can also harm a lot of people. Because, you know, when you don't necessarily have something you have to do, as humans, we definitely, I mean, me definitely included, this is why I'm making the videos, to hold myself accountable. We end up not doing much at all when we don't have to do anything. And so I think I'd like to inspire choice of taking a gap year, but not inspire people to actually take the gap year. I think with the website that I want to set up, that will help me, or that would push the motive that I have, helping people make the decision of where they want to go in the future. But I don't necessarily want people to watch these videos and think, I'm taking a gap year. I want people to think, this is maybe not what I want to do in the future. I'm going to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, because that's more important to me. That's more important to everyone. That's more beneficial towards you. So I think we've made it to the end. I don't know why you stuck around, but thank you. Thank you so much. This is, God willing, the first of many. We'll see where this takes us. I've got a long way to go. I know that for sure. I've got a lot of stuff I need to do. First being, I need to go downstairs and apologize to my mum, because it's now almost 10:30 and I haven't eaten my dinner. She said I can't eat dinner because it's too late. But on a serious note, thank you so much for, you know, even if I don't post this, thank you so much for the motivation of making me record this video, because I've had this idea for a long time, and that kind of has pushed me towards being productive enough to even get in front of a camera. So yeah, hopefully throughout my gap year my production costs can increase a little bit and I can get maybe some help with editing, but we'll see. I mean, this is something I want to learn as well because it's helpful for me. But yeah, I might start Instagram and TikTok as well, probably will. Now it's a case of figuring out how I'm going to edit this video. Thank you.